G'day guys, so about 3 weeks ago I put together this small form factor ITX gaming PC on a budget. It cost about 1,350 Australian dollars. If you want to see the full video replay of me putting it all together, I'll leave a video description down below. But the point of this video was to be pretty quick and simple, answer a few key points like how noisy does it get under a full load, how much power does it consume under a full load, what score does it get in 3D Mark, does it have RGB? Quick answer is yes. Can you turn it off? Obviously. And then what sort of performance do we get at 1440p playing a game like maybe Call of Duty, Black Ops, and then maybe we'll do a little test with 4K gaming in a living room scenario as well. Because it's so small, you might want to have it on your desk in your main little study, your gaming room, but you also might want to put together something like this because it can perform pretty well as a little lounge room gaming PC. So if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to chuck it a like, get subscribed. Any questions or comments, hit me up down below and let's begin. Okay, so we've got the PC just there. We've got a sound dB measuring tool about 7 inches away from the PC with the side panel on. We're fully loading the CPU and GPU, so we've got Firmark running as well as Prime 95, so we've got small FFTs going. So CPU usage is at 100% as well as GPU. Then we've got down here the temperature, so you can see here CPU temperature maximum that we've seen is 78 degrees, and then GPU temperature, the maximum is about 70 degrees as well. So then in terms of wattage and how much we're using, it's about 310 watts under a full load using this little tool here to measure the power consumption. And in terms of noise, how many dB, I'll shut up for a second so we can get a reading. So as you can see, holding steady at about 40 decibels, and honestly, it is not a loud or, very hot computer at all. This configuration with a 120mm fan intaking the air, the big 120mm fan on the CPU cooler, and then a 120mm fan again to exhaust, and then that power supply is sucking in air from the other side, is a really good little setup. Okay, so here we are playing Black Ops 6. We're getting about 70 frames a second. This is at 1440p resolution. There is no upscaling, no sort of Intel XeSS or AMD FSR3. This is 100% just raw native performance at 1440p and getting around about 70 or 80 frames a second on the Nuketown map, which is not too bad. If we were to go into settings though, and let me just try and do this quickly because we're in an actual game right now, and if we change the settings for the frame gem and upscaling, so we'll turn on XeSS, we'll turn on AMD FSR3, we'll hit apply, give it a second to calibrate itself. It normally does take a few seconds when you're in an actual game. Waiting, and now we can see here we're getting basically double the FPS, about 150 frames per second on the same exact hardware. And in terms of quality and visuals and anything else, there definitely is a little bit of that feeling like someone smeared over like a very, very light layer of like Vaseline over the screen. But I mean, I'm being very, very nitpicky here right now. But in terms of like gameplay responsiveness, the timing of the frames and everything else, it's very, very good. So going from 70 to 140, 150, obviously if you're playing around with the settings, you can possibly tune it a little bit more to your liking, but this is very, very capable. And the computer itself is whisper quiet and not making any noise really at all. Okay, so we're now running the Steel Nomad 3D Mark benchmark. We'll see in maybe a minute or two what sort of results we get in terms of a score, but this is a test that you can run to simulate how the computer is going to perform in a gaming scenario and really just pushing the graphics card to its absolute limit. So it's a really intense test. It's not necessarily reflective of how many FPS you're going to get in a real game, but we'll come back in a minute and we'll see what that score is. Okay, so the test has finished. The score that we got was 2288. The best score was 3115 and the average is about 3050. So the thing that's really holding us back from getting to those sort of numbers is the CPU. This CPU is definitely the entry level AM5 CPU. But remember, this PC was built on a budget, trying to do the cheapest AM5 build possible with brand new parts. And as you saw before with that Call of Duty game, you know, it's not necessarily to say that the performance that we're getting is bad. The GPU is definitely running at 100% utilization. There's no bottlenecking there, but the CPU is definitely something that you might want to upgrade if you're feeling like, okay, I'm ready now to invest a little bit more money to get a bit more performance. Okay, so we're currently playing Red Dead Redemption 2 at 4K on my LG 65-inch OLED TV. You can see here I've got the controller. This is totally all real, all live, no faking or anything like that. And with a mix of medium settings with AMD FSR2 turned on with quality preset, on this Intel Arc B580, we're getting about 55, 54 frames a second, you know, just simply walking through here. And Red Dead Redemption 2, even though it's a bit of an older game, is actually still really difficult to run because there's so much foliage, there's so many different textures, there's so much in terms of, I guess, view distance that you have to render in. And so it's not an easy game to run, but even on this sort of budget AM5 platform with this B580 GPU, it actually performs really well. And you know, if you were willing to sacrifice some of the graphics quality and turn it down a little bit, you could probably get over 60 FPS at 4K. But considering we've got variable refresh rate, it does feel super smooth, hardly any latency at all. And if you just want to kick back on the couch and play some games like this, then this little system is absolutely going to do the job. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions about the hardware, the specs, anything, I'll leave it all down in the video description. I'll hit up your comments or hit up the replies if you have any questions. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.